Hello, and welcome to the fifth quarter AZ. We're back with more exciting shows, ready to meet some new people, give you guys some information as we learn about new people within our community, and just have a really good time. So, my name is Danny Neal. I'm your co host today, and as always, got my partner in crime. The man that's the Flag High Lady Eagles flag football coach, the basketball coach. This man does everything in Flag High. My partner, Mr. Tyrone Johnson. How you doing today, Coach?
Coach, what's up? It's good to be back.
Hey,
It's been a
man.
many Sundays.
It's been like 5, 6 months, man.
Yeah,
Since we've been
man.
back here
Yeah,
doing
man.
this. And it's nice being here. We got the studio now. We're not 5, 10 miles away. You know, if you say something crazy, I can reach right on over there and shock you.
That's what I
man.
said. I can reach out and touch you, man.
So yeah, man, this is really nice. And, it's amazing how after we stopped the show, how many people came up to us and like, man, where's the show? Where's the show? We didn't even know that many people were actually watching the show.
Well, it was funny because it would be some people to come up and be like, hey, I'm loving your show. I'm loving your show. In the back of my mind, I said, man, that show been over for some months. But now we back.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, man.
Look, it ain't even what we want. It's what the people want,
It's what
man.
the people want.
It's what
man.
the people
It's what
want.
the
People want it.
So yeah, man, we got to catch up. But there's been a whole bunch of sports going on, a whole bunch of things going on, and just a whole bunch of new people to meet, man. So,
Oh, absolutely.
so I'm excited.
Absolutely.
I'm excited. So if you like what we're doing, please subscribe to us. Hit that like button. Let us know that you're happy to see our smiling faces back. So, Coach, man, what's been going on?
Oh man, since the last time, it's been a whole bunch going on. Look, we had another flag football season start up since we last aired and whatnot, and we went from prominence to barely trying to make it into the playoffs. But
But it's not over.
it's definitely not over. We got Coconino girls flag football who's doing extremely well. I mean, obviously we've had a whole fall sports season, so there's a lot
Right.
going on in the community with all the sports here in town, and so it's a whole bunch we can dive into.
Yeah, it is, man. And, I think last checking, Coconino was like number 6 in the state. You were number 13 in the state heading into the state playoffs this weekend.
This week we start
Exactly. This
we
week.
start on Wednesday as far as the playoffs go, and so we'll go on the road. Coco will be at home, and Coco got a real good shot of winning that side. We're hoping to come out and shock some people and see if we can be a double-digit seed like a Cinderella hitting that Final Four and championship. So we keeping hope alive.
Well, there you go, man. State tournaments is something that you just used to.
Well,
Out there, I think in 17
Well.
years, if you're talking basketball, we've been to state tournaments 18 straight years. You've only had 2 seasons in football. This your second year. You're back in state in there, so you're just state.
Well, it's one thing to be in state, it's another thing to win state. So, so I'm hopeful that it don't take 17 years to get a state championship in flag football, and I hope it don't take another 17 years to get another one in basketball. So it's one thing to be in state, it's another thing to win state.
And who do you have this week?
We got Heritage Academy out of Levine, and so it's a smaller school because in the 4A this year we have like 3A schools, 2A schools, and 4A schools that make up the 4A division for flag football. And Heritage Academy is a smaller school, but they probably have maybe 12 players, so they play both ways. They got some girls that are athletic and fast, and so they're like 10-1, ranked number 4. So just because they small don't mean they ain't mighty, so we got to be ready.
And, just doing my homework, and I'm trying to see what Flag High, where you're positioned at. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking all in the Grand Canyon region and stuff. But for flag football, you're in the Mountain Sky Mountain or something region.
Mountain Sky.
Where'd that come from?
When we had the Flag Football League, they were asking for different names and whatnot. So I submitted a few. I don't think my names got chosen, but look, I did have Mountain in some and I did have Sky in some. But it's just a new division. The Grand Canyon is right now has 3 teams in it. I believe it's like Page, Tuba, and Monument Valley. And so then with us in the Mountain Sky, we got some of our typical Grand Canyon region teams, but we also have Mayor that was added in there. And then, I don't know if that's somebody else. Don't give me the line on the first show back.
The second show it can happen too. But anyway, I'm just saying, man. But I mean, that's good. Flag football is just taking off. I was sitting up Friday night watching the actual game live on one of the Phoenix stations, and man, they out there playing.
Oh yeah,
they got this one girl I can't remember her name, but I mean she's known nationally, and she just did everything, and then flag football and taking off.
Yeah, we had one girl that we played against, because last year we played 5A because it was only 6A and 5A, so we played 5A. And a girl from Campo Verde, she actually played on the national team. They beat us in the playoffs, and they went on to win the state championship last year. And when we went out to North Carolina to visit Illy and the grandbaby and her family and all that type of stuff, we were in the airport in North Carolina, and I seen her, and her dad is the coach, and I'm like, hey, what y'all doing here? And he was like, oh, she just tried out for the national team. And yeah, she made the national team.
Really?
She all that. She's solid. She's solid. Receiver, catch pretty much anything that go her way. And I think this year they're 3 going into the 5A tournament, so they have a chance to maybe win back-to-back titles this year. So, yeah, they got some serious athletes.
And it took you about 10 minutes to mention your grandson's soul. So that's good, man. We got to give him some time every chance we get.
Hey, man, we got to see him live. He was on one of the last shows that we did.
Right, he was.
Yeah.
Just getting bigger and better. But that's good stuff, man. So who are some of the players for your team that we should look out for?
So, this year we had quite a few injuries and whatnot, and so we've had some people step up. Kaylee Caldwell, she's our quarterback now, and she's stepped up, and she's learning. She's a pitcher for Flag High. She's been solid as far as a pitcher and whatnot for softball, but transitioned over to quarterback. She's learning reads and progressions and touch and all that type of stuff, and so she's been doing well. Of course, Tegan coming back as a returning player and center, and she's doing well. We got Hallie Watkins that's been doing well defensively. We got some young people. Sylvia is doing well. Mayla, Haley. So we got several people that are stepping up and doing well, and so hopefully we'll figure it out to where we can play our best football over these next 2.5 weeks.
There you go. And by you being the head basketball coach of Flag High too, it's amazing how if you make it all the way to the state tournament championship game in football, the very next day you'll have your first basketball game. How's that going to work out for you, man? Because you ain't going to just put it all on me. I'm trying to get my JV team right, man. So I know you got great assistant coaches, so are you relying a lot on them?
Well, it'll be 2 days because we'll play on a Saturday, then we'll have Sunday off, and then we'll start basketball that next Monday.
My first mistake.
So I'll have a day to breathe in between. And one player that I didn't mention who's integral in flag football is Story Betts. And so if she comes out for basketball, T comes out for basketball, Blue Lake, some of them that are currently in flag football, and then you have somebody like Dea who's also in volleyball. If they come out, I mean, they eat, sleep, breathe, drink basketball. So you come out, you just put them out, and you just coach effort at that point, and then later you can systematically do some stuff. But, of course, we got a solid staff with basketball, and not only my head coaches for my freshman program and my JV program, but also our assistant coaches, very solid. This year we have Cassie Strader. She's joining the program, and she's going to help assist me on varsity. Of course, you've been handling the JV, and we're expecting big things again from you and from if Andre's going to help you. And then Coach Jess, she went ahead and finally took a head coaching position in the program, so she's going to head up the freshmen, and we'll see if Michaela helps her. But, I have all the confidence in the world in all of the staff that we have, and so program's in good hands. I just get out there and talk crazy. Y'all do the work.
Before we came on the air, you were talking about pressure. You was talking about me, I got pressure on me. Because some of that pressure be the fact that Flag High Cross Country just won state championship. volleyball is ranked number 1 in the state, heading for possibly another state championship. I'm leaving it at that.
Well, let me qualify it by this. When it comes to cross country, that's a legendary program.
Yes, it is.
That's like a national program. I don't even try to compare myself to that because I would be foolish. That'd be foolish. Why would I compare myself to something like that when
That's ranked nationally.
like literally when it took 17 years for me to even get into the conversation of a state champion, and they doing it twice a year in terms of boys and girls cross country, both won state championships. Then when they do track and stuff like that, I mean, Coach Painter has an immaculate program, and she's what everybody, as far as flag high, would aspire to be. I mean, she's just great with the kids. She's obviously has a strong program, but to even put myself in that conversation, I'd be foolish. So
no pressure.
So that doesn't put pressure on me. With volleyball, Coach Hagelin been around, 40 years doing this, and
right.
she solid, and it seems like those kids are getting better and better. This year, just watching some of the games and whatnot, and the way them girls are spiking the balls, they ain't even spiking that. They spiking them things straight down. Can't nobody even return them. And so, again, that's just more of a privilege to be in that conversation with the coaches that we have at Flag High. The pressure comes from me myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want to make sure that I'm giving our girls every single opportunity possible, and that I prepare them, have a game plan, and we can put our best foot forward so that we can hopefully continue playing and have that chance to be called champions again. When you come to flag football, it's just like everybody had a lot of expectations because of how we did last year. And then this year we started off a lot slower, and so
against really good competition, though.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to put it in perspective. You had a very tough schedule, which knowing you wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, we got to have it like that. You know what I mean? We want to see where we are when we play some of the best in the state, regardless of your A. So whether you're 4A, 5A, 6A, we want to play the best, and then. We got that opportunity, and we got shown where we were, and so we as coaches had to get better so that we can get them better, so that
and
we have a chance.
I'm laughing with you because that's the truth. That's the reality of it. For now, that puts you in great position. Playing those early games now is the reason you did that.
Yeah, absolutely. So that this time right now that we can already say that we've played some of the best teams in the state, and as we continue to play some of the best teams in the state, hopefully we'll be ready and we'll be able to get out there and do things. And, when it comes to basketball, a lot of people are looking at us this year as a team that won't be dominant in the region, a team that won't even win the region. And so that type of stuff, for me, it really makes me want to get out and just prove to people that we're flag high, and we're solid, and we're going to come out and we're going to push and we're going to work, and you're going to get the same old. We trying to win. We trying to beat people. We ain't trying to just fold over because we graduated 9 seniors and had transfers or whatever. You know me. We don't rebuild.
Reload.
That's it.
But you had a double whammy just in the fact that Aubrey Edgewater, who is someone came up as a freshman last year, as a sophomore last year and played varsity, has been your quarterback on flag football for 2 years.
Right.
And now she's out of both of them.
Yeah. And so
for the season. How do you recruit from something like that?
Well,
next man up.
It's that old adage, the next person up, and that's what you pretty much got to be. And she's been great as far as being a teammate. And the crazy thing about it is that she hurt that back when she was playing this summer with her club team, basketball. And then she came out and she still played flag football. She was running, she was cutting, she was jumping, she was throwing, but it was still bothering her. And then when she went and got diagnosed and got the imaging, she had a torn ACL. And I looked at, I think it was the Coconino game we were playing, and we made a play, and she jumped up like you remember them Toyota commercials? She jumped up so high like that. I say, can't be nothing wrong with this girl's knee, but she's scheduled for surgery, which is good, and it just her being a great teammate and encouraging people and being at everything, still at practices for flag football, travels, coming out, want to manage for basketball. Just her presence is going to be good.
Right. And I know we're talking a lot about Flag High sports, and we want to talk about Coconino, the great job that their flag football team is doing. We had the inter-rivalry football game Friday night. Before we get into that, how you been handling that cold out there on the football field, man?
Man, I'm a soldier now. I'm a soldier. I'm a trooper now, Coach. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
that cold don't faze me.
You're a trooper coming into basketball practice. It's cold. It's cold. I can't feel my fingers.
But I'm still out there, man.
You're still out there.
And I'm hoping to have to brave the elements for another couple of weeks, man.
Right.
Another couple of weeks.
But even when you went to press conference, you said it was cold there too.
Oh yeah, it was cold because you play at 6 o'clock at night start time, and by the time you finish up, man, it was probably in the 30s or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of respect to these other winter sports such as soccer. Hats off to you, because it couldn't be me. No. No way, baby.
And I've been harassing you all summer because I said, man, call me if you want me to help you with flag football. And I've been telling folks you never did call me, so I knew you didn't want me to help you. But I'm so thankful that you didn't call me, because I'd be in the emergency room right now if I had to be out there in all that cold, man. But you handled it. You was a trooper. You was a soldier. The girls handled it. So, hey, man, that's mental.
Yeah, no.
That has nothing to do about physicality, athleticism, anything like that. That is just flat mental. But we were talking about Coconino's football team. I mean, we were there for the first ever Flag High Coconino girls flag football game. It was a great time. All the girls seemed to know each other. Mm-hmm. They got after it, and Coconino's just flat good.
Oh, yeah.
There's no other way to put it. Coconino has a great first-year inaugural football team. Did I say that name right? That word right, man?
You did, man. Look, there's no need for me to look at the people right now. Because you did. You said it right. But no, they absolutely do. And, hats off to them, because they came in and really getting after it, solid defensively, super fast on the offensive end. They throw some of them routes, and them girls get in space, and it's just gone. And so, really, they're ranked 6, but I could easily see them beating some teams that's ranked ahead of them. And, the way the bracket is set up, they potentially will have another matchup with Prescott, to get to the state championship. So they're both on the same side of the bracket. They had a close game last time. And so it's going to be interesting down the road to really see what they can do.
Right, and their quarterback, Bianca Gomez, who sometime we hope to have on this show, is a young lady we've been watching for years. She's been playing boys football.
Oh, yeah.
And Little League baseball and basketball. She's just an athlete.
Yeah.
And, man, she's a quarterback.
She is. She can throw the thing. And then, we were right there on the brink in terms of maybe being able to get a possession to where we could hopefully make a drive that could have been a winning drive. And she did a little scramble. Next thing I know, that girl was like 70 yards down the field. So she's the real deal.
No, well, kudos, because she's within our community. She's a Flagstaff girl. Once again, that we know personally, and so just proud of all of them, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We're proud of them. Of course, wanted to beat them.
Yep.
But we're rooting for them now.
Yeah,
unless
absolutely.
they beat us, unless they play us again. Yeah.
And the only way that'll happen is the state championship game.
Right.
So hopefully they rooting for us to get there, and we rooting for them to get there. And then we can all play for another football, and that be the football that counts. So
that's right. So, and we had the intercity rivalry football game the other night, and Coconino came away with the big win again, which is probably 5-6 in a row right now. But if I'm not mistaken, them and Flag High both had the same record coming in. They have the same record now after they won.
Yeah.
But then they came in at 13, and Flag High came in at number 24. Is that because of the strength of schedule?
Absolutely. When you talk about your PowerPoints and everything like that, Coconino, kind of like us, was in the top 16 with the upside down record because of the competition that they play.
Right.
And when you look at some of the games that Coco lost on the boys' side, as far as for football, they were in all those games. Some of them games they were leading, and then they gave up a lead late. And so Coco could easily have a record that's only 1 or 2 losses, as opposed to, I think they got maybe 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I think both of them ended up 6-4.
And so, they're one of those teams when you're looking at them and you're the 4th ranked team or whatever, that's probably one of the teams that you don't want to see.
Right.
That you have to line up with. And so, we're hoping that they can come out and really take it to them and just really show what their football program is about. I mean, it's been solid over the last few years, and it continues to be. And so, again, with us being Flagstaff natives and stuff like that, we want to see the hometown teams do well. And so we want to see them get out there and do it.
That's right. So we were rooting for Coconino and, get out there and, hey, bring one home. It's been a while in football since Flagstaff has brought a championship home.
Right.
I think Six Flags had won 4 in a row back in the 80s. Probably was the last time that football actually won a state championship here in Flagstaff. So, yeah, we're rooting for them, man, to go and take it through. But,
yes, sir.
Man, it's time for basketball. It's time for basketball.
Well, before you get to basketball, man, I know you probably got a whole agenda and stuff like that. We got to give some love to some other sports, too, man. We got other champions in the town.
Yeah, we do. We got cross country.
Yeah, but we got soccer, NPA, Coach Blair over there.
Oh, really?
They still, for the girls, man, they still dominate. They still stay champions.
Well, I did not know that. I didn't do my homework thoroughly. So they won it, or are they trying to get there?
No, they won it. They won it again. They won the state championship again this year.
So a city like Flagstaff, we got 3 state championships in this city so far.
We got soccer. We got the 2 cross country. Mm-hmm. I want to say NPA. I want to say the girls
cross
were
country.
Cross country.
I was thinking that too.
I think they were runner up. I don't think they won, but I think they were runner up. I think their boys was like 6th or 7th place. I think Coco's cross country. I think the girls play 6th, boys play 7th. I mean, so we had some solid fall sports appearances and results, and so
and volleyball's well on their way.
Volleyball's well on their way.
Actually, they went to a Nike tournament. It wasn't the top.
It wasn't a national bracket with all the nationally ranked teams,
but it was a very, very good bracket that they actually went undefeated through.
Yep.
So they're definitely in the running for another state championship. So, I mean, that says a lot about a town of this size getting out there throughout the state and people knowing who Flagstaff is.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, man, that's good stuff there,
and even,
man.
I believe even Bases was with their cross countries and all that. I think they were in the top 10s and all that type of stuff. And so, when you talk about the 4 high schools that are here that participate in, extracurricular activities such as the sports, everybody's representing well, man.
Right. So maybe I shouldn't ask this, man. It's not on my agenda to ask this, but talking about what we were just talking about, how many of these athletes are NAU going after? I know soccer, there's a few. Mm-hmm. I know cross country, there's a couple. Mm-hmm. But Coconino Community College's team last year went to nationals and finished 1st or 2nd in their first year.
Right.
With mostly Northern Arizona athletes.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is why NAU does not go after more Flagstaff athletes.
Well, I think it's the same adage as like when you look at it, and it depends on the sport. When you're talking about your mainstream sports, such as you're talking about your football, your basketballs, your volleyballs. Like for volleyball, they want a certain metric that you're going to hit. You need to be a certain height. You need to have a certain vertical, so on and so forth. Because even when we had one of the greatest players that ever came through, Graceland, she wasn't necessarily being recruited heavily by NAU or anything like that because she doesn't hit those metrics. And then when you talk about football and basketball even, a lot of times they look and they say, who are you playing?
Yeah, the competition's not
and so
really
then
showing us anything.
They have the rest of the nation to recruit from. And so if you're not doing something that's historic here in town and you're good, you're solid, you're winning here, that's typically not enough for a lot of the programs as far as recruitment.
But like you say, someone like Graceland has not only done something historic here in the town, she was the Arizona State Player of the Female Athlete of the Year. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much more historic you got to be. And not in any kind of way being disparaging or something of NAU.
Right.
We support them too. They're a Flagstaff community. It's just wondering why we have so much success athletically in all of our programs throughout the city, but not seeing a lot of them being recruited by NAU.
Right. Again, with her though, it's just the metrics. Are you 6 foot? Do you have a 30-inch, 32-inch vertical? Swing speed, all that type of stuff. And so, that's more on the volleyball side. But even when you look at like basketball, do you pass the eye test? When I walk into the gym, do I look at you and do you look like a Division I player?
Which she was very good in that also.
Yeah.
Grayson was.
Yeah, she was. She was,
yeah,
for
someone
sure.
like Morning Hunani, who was very, very good. I mean, there's the athletes. I mean, we've had some incredible basketball athletes. Players come through this town on both ends.
Yeah, and I'm talking more so on the boys' side when they talk about the eye test.
Right.
When you walk in the gym, they're going to look at you. Do you look like you're physically a man in high school?
Well, I understand you went through that with your son, Trevor. And for me, he could play for anybody.
Right.
He had that heart. I mean, you got to measure that first for me.
Right.
You do.
Yeah.
I understand that eye test and the matrix and all that, but heart's got to be the biggest one. There's sleepers every year going into the NFL, going to the NBA that weren't supposed to be there,
right,
that turn out to be the baddest out there.
Oh, absolutely.
And from my point of view, you just getting that fan base. And the way to really build on that fan base is having somebody familiar with the fans.
Yep. And, that's the old adage. I think we all think that if you got somebody local, that would increase the fan base. And to me, it really depends. Is that local person going to play? Are they going to impact the program? Are they going to help you win? Because if you're not winning, it don't matter who you got out there. People ain't coming to watch you, even if you got locals out there. But if you're winning and you don't got locals, then people typically jump on and want to be there and want to see. And so it really depends. And, I agree with you 100% as far as measuring heart and all that type of stuff, but that's the reason why you coach JV in high school and I coach varsity in high school, because we want to be sentimental and measure that as opposed to going with, what the standards are as far as recruitment and really looking at the analytics and following that and saying this is the type of athlete that we want.
Right. So when you played in NAU, how many extra people did you put in the stands?
Probably not that many, honestly. Probably not that many.
I would disagree with you on that.
I don't know. Well, I know that we I don't know what our average attendance was, but I know when we played Cal, it was the year after Jason Kidd. He had left to the NBA, but we got Cal on the schedule, and we played Cal up here. I know we packed it out. We had over 7,000 at that particular game and whatnot. We took an L, but they said we ain't ever coming back to Flagstaff because we had them jokers on the rope. We had them on the ropes. I'm telling you. They said we ain't never coming back, and they ain't been back. They ain't been back.
Yeah.
We had over 7,000 at that game.
Well, I think the same thing happened in U of A. U of A came up here one year. I don't know if it's 7,000 feet.
Right.
Which I think had a lot to do with it.
Oh, absolutely.
Other crowds, but U of A were like, yeah, we'll play you every year, but we're not playing you up there. We're just not doing that.
Right.
And so that's just interesting that happened. But basketball is starting, soccer is starting, wrestling starting, the winter sports, as they're called, is getting up. I know Coconino has a new coach with Zoe McCabe, who expecting great things from her. Want to wish her the best. Just a very, very nice person.
Yeah.
And has been around the program. Was a heck of a player herself. As a matter of fact, we're planning on putting the old timers game together, and which will have your daughter's team, Illium, from the years 2010 to 14, I believe it was, or 2009 to 12. What was it?
2008 to 11.
2008 to 2011. And Coconino, same group. In March, we're going to have an old-timers game, boys and girls. So look forward to that coming up. But Zoe, and if you did play those years, get in touch with Zoe for Coconino and Jessica Herbal for the Lady Eagles if you played during that era and want to play in that old-timers game. It'll be a lot of fun. So, but Coconino's going to be in great hands with her And, of course, you're coming back for your 19th season.
Yep.
Who's the favorites? I mean, Flag has been favorites in conference for a lot of years.
Right.
Losing 9 seniors, having 2 transfer out, having 1 hurt. Starting this year's varsity is going to have 10 girls with no varsity experience at all.
Right.
What do you look forward to your season?
Not
naming any names. You haven't made cuts yet. So
no, we haven't made cuts.
We don't know who's going to be on the team yet.
We're still going through it, and we'll still have people come out after the fall sports conclude. Right. But when you talk about the favorites this year, I think Prescott got that kind of locked up in terms of basketball as far as boys and girls. With the boys, they got Uriah. Is that how you say?
Yeah.
Tenet or whatever. He the quarterback, and then he all that in basketball
and baseball, from my understanding.
Okay, so he's a triple threat.
He's an athlete.
And then I don't know if they still got. I think that 6'10" kid is back down there.
I think he was a junior last year.
Yeah, so I think they'll probably be favored on the boys' side. They'll also be favored on the girls' side. They got the point guard, and then they got the other Bella that's solid and whatnot. And so I think they'll be the favorite. I think on the girls' side, Mingus will probably be the next contender in everybody else's mind. People probably will rank Flag High middle of the pack, and so we'll take that. We'll feed on that. We'll use that as a little bit of motivation. We can get Russell Woods to Mr. Flag Coco to quit trying to put stuff on us so he can jinx us and whatnot. And so, yes, Mr. Flag Coco, I'm talking to you. I know you be putting them out there. So he'll put that out. But I think overall it's going to be competitive, and it'll be good. It'll be good. And then, of course, on the boys' side, I don't know who would be next, but I know at Flag High, Coach Rez has really been having them put it in. Yes. They've been really working, and so I'm looking forward to see what they can do on the court.
It's real. He has really been working. I mean, he put them through one of the most grueling summers I've ever seen. I mean, he was down in Tucson. I mean, he was going over trying to find the best teams he could find if it meant driving 4 hours.
Yeah.
He out there. He was a dog. He was hunting.
Yeah, he was playing somewhere every week. I mean, he was, playing in leagues and doing the weekend stuff. And, hey, a lot of times I look at some of that type of stuff and I just shake my head. I say, more power to you, Coach. More power to you.
I know, man.
And then that ain't even talking about the times where he's coming in early, opening the gym.
Right.
Letting the boys shoot and all that type of stuff. And
still has a regular job.
Yeah. This ain't his full time.
No, right. But Coach Cooper, this is his 3rd year?
Something like that.
At Coconino.
And he got some players. I mean, some of his players obviously played in some of the tournaments that we had and whatnot. And Hoshke and them, them boys can go.
Orion and Hoshke and all them cats, man.
Yeah.
He got some guys that's been doing it, and they say if you're on a basketball team, if you get your point guard and a post player, you can build around that. Exactly. And they have that.
Yeah.
And they get out there and they always playing. I don't care. Anytime a gym's open, they're out there playing. And I don't know how much you see that now.
You don't, and they play so much, man. I had to tell Hoshke and Orion about themselves when they play in our tournament. They playing because they were young enough. They were just sophomores last year. They're juniors now, you know what I mean? And when we do our tournament, we go on the grade that you was last year. And them jokers going to put themselves in the JV division and the varsity division. I say, what is y'all doing playing in this JV division? Well, Coach, we just wanted to get some run in. If we don't play in that, then we just sitting around. So I just had to respect that, you know what I mean? I had to respect that.
Yes. So, but that's good, man. It's just, once again, when the crosstown rivalries happen, you know who we're rooting for.
Yeah.
But when that's not happening, you know who we're rooting for.
Yeah, we rooting for these kids, man.
We're rooting for whether, like you said, Basis, MPA, Coconino, Flag High. I mean, there's even some kids in Williams that we support. Winslow.
Yep.
So yeah, man, we just It's an exciting time now. There's some exciting things happening, man, and it's indoors. That's the best part for me, man. It's indoors.
That is a bonus. And when you talk about winning, you talk about outside. I know Coconino, some of these girls that play flag football, they on that soccer team, so I imagine they're going to be solid at soccer as well, you know what I mean,
really?
on the girls' side.
Yeah.
I don't know about they boys, but I know Flag High got some solid soccer players as well, boys and girls, so even though they outside, they're going to be solid.
Right. And the funny thing is, man, you get these soccer players out there playing football, and some of these girls is kicking extra points. And kicking field goals, man. I'll tell you, I think your girl kicked a 30, 35-yarder.
I know we tried it. We tried
With
it.
confidence.
Yeah, she's hitting them in practice and whatnot. And so I think the furthest she done made is a 40-yarder, and I think we tried her at a 43 in the game, and she just missed it. But, yeah, these soccer girls be booming that ball, man.
See, that's another reason why, man. It's out there cold. They kick that ball and hit you with the ball.
Well, the thing of it is, it was one time we were out there and it was a loose ball or whatever. We were playing with it, and told him, hey, kick it to me. That girl kicked that ball so hard over there at me, man. I wanted to say some stuff, but I just had to take it, Coach. I had to take it. Yeah, I had to take it. I say, I'll be.
Well, Coach, you know, we usually end the show with your golden nugget question of the week. I know you didn't have one prepared, so I got some questions for you, man. I got some questions for you.
I got some answers for you, Coach.
You got some answers?
Mm-hmm.
All right. First question, Coach. This is your 19th season going in coaching Flag High.
Mm-hmm.
What would you have been doing the last 19 years if you wasn't coaching basketball?
Getting on Julie's nerves.
You've been doing that anyway, so that's not a good answer. You've been getting on her nerves the last 25, 26 years, whatever that is. She about tired of it. But anyway, what else would you have been doing? What do you see yourself have been doing the last 19 years if it wasn't for basketball?
You know, I honestly don't know. I'd probably really gonna stir crazy a little bit in terms of I'm type I need to be doing something. I need to be moving. I need to be active, engaged. Julie always tell me I'm busier than the president, and so I need to keep that light.
So maybe you'd have ran for president, huh? No, I mean, I know you like to fish. Mm-hmm. I know you like to golf.
Yeah.
I really think maybe you'd have picked up golfing a little sooner.
Maybe.
And that would have, you might have been on the pro circuit by now, Coach.
I'm Tiger Hood, so I don't know. it might take a little bit to get on that circuit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you'd had about 10 years ago to hone your skills, man.
I don't know. Yeah, some of them houses out in Continental if I could have made it. They might beg to differ.
Hey, man, you got to start somewhere. All right. Next question. Once again, you've been coaching Flag High for 19 years. Do you see yourself coaching flag football for 19 years?
Oh, no. Oh, no. I ain't got 19 years of either sport left in me. No, sirree. Yeah,
that's for grandpa duty.
Yeah. So you know, we'll certainly see as far as coaching, flag football. I'm definitely enjoying it. If I get 5, that'll be great. If not, I've had a good time. Basketball. I've said I stay 2 more, and then we'll see after that. You know, you talk about Hall of Fame and this, that, and the other. I say, heck, if I stay 2 more, I get in there anyway. And so I don't even have to go on my accolades or nothing like that. I just go on longevity. So I'll stay the 2 years.
So if you go do 20 years, you're automatically in the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. Do your JV coach get to go in with you?
Come on. Come on. You've been there. Yes, indeed.
You know, people make me buy a ticket to go to the event. That don't work. That don't work. But I'm good. I'm good. Long as I had something to do with a Hall of Fame, I'm happy for that. Okay. So my last question, man. Last question. If you were just starting coach right now, what reservations would you have that you probably didn't have when you started 19 years ago? And me saying that because there's new kids now, a different kid, different parents,
Yep.
different rules, different administrations.
Mm-hmm.
What would be your reservation starting out as a coach now?
I think probably the biggest reservations starting out right now, it really would depend on how I started out. If I start out right now in terms of knowing the kids and the parents the way I do in relation to the way I did when I first started, I think that would probably be the biggest thing, because I had a different relationship with those kids and with those parents when I first started. And so I had worked with those kids since they were little. And so working with the kids, traveling with the parents, I mean, man, we go to New Mexico for a tournament, and we sitting up there, and we got Tim McCullough.
Mm-hmm.
He had got us a nice little hotel and all that type of stuff, you know what I mean? And then Taria Blanton was like, hey, I got this deal at the Howard Johnson. It's a 5-star hotel, this and that and the other. And Tim was like, I don't know. And then so we was like, hey, man, let's save some money. Let's do it. Man, we went over there. They was doing construction. This thing was about this thing was about a 2.5-star at best, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. We got that. Say, Tim, can you call the people? He said, no, it might be too late for that. But, you know, just having those types of relationships, so where we were traveling, we were hanging out, all that type of stuff. So when they came and I got the high school position and the kids came that way, we had a different relationship, and they could trust what I was doing, and they know that what I was doing was in the best interest of the kids, in the best interest of the program. And they know I wasn't going to do anything to harm their kids, or if I got on them, it was going to be for their betterment, not necessarily to break them down just because. And, you know, the parents now, it's a little bit different in terms of everybody uses the term helicopter parents and whatnot. And so, you know, they're more interested in, obviously, mine. And so I think that probably would be the biggest thing, is learning how to really navigate that. And just like we do now, try to get parents to understand, we know you have a vested interest, and your vested interest is your kid, and we can appreciate that. We have a vested interest, and it's this program, and it's every kid in this program. And so we have to conduct ourselves as such. And so trying to convey that message and get it across is probably really the thing that could be the most challenging, as opposed to when I started.
Did you have that understanding 19 years ago?
As far as
just saying, hey, with the parents, and saying, hey, this is what's best for your kid, which I know you did, but I guess what I'm trying to say is there's obviously a different parent who think they can run the programs.
Right.
Although we have a very, very good booster club.
We do, and we have a good set of parents.
A lot of the booster clubs feel like they run the programs. Different kids as far as work ethics.
Right.
So how would your attitude back then have handled the kids now?
It would have been a little bit more tough in terms of the kids that we first had just worked all the time, and they were just always doing something. But I can't necessarily, I can say that more collectively. Because we've had kids, you know, you look at somebody like Morning Rain, who got in there, and she was a workhorse, and she was a leader, and so on and so forth. So you still had the kids that still had those same traits and whatnot. The difference is, again, relationally with parents, it's just like when we came up, and, you know, if somebody caught us doing something, our parents didn't mind them getting right on our heads right then and there. And so it's kind of that same thing, like, you know, Coach, you get out of line, that's you. You get it, that's on you, so on and so forth. And so I think
I don't think it's like that now.
Yeah, now it's different. Back then it was. That was the difference. You know what I mean? Back then, we have somebody again, Taria, call her Popo, I don't care, you know what I mean? And just on that same, hey, if Michelle or somebody get out of line, you get on them, Coach. Them your kids while they there.
Right.
And it was that type of thing, as opposed to now, it's different in that aspect. And so even like Tim and his family and all that, with Patty and all that, they trusted everything that we did, and they know that we were doing everything just truly for the benefit of the kids. Somebody like Patty, who's a doctor now, you know what I mean, optometrist and everything, very skilled back then, shy, really trying to push her to be the best that she could, and they knew that whatever we were doing was pushing her towards just, her greatness, and so I just think now, again, with the social media age, it's more so like, hey, you're not playing my kid, what's wrong with you?
right. And with social media, it's also they can put what they want out there for everybody to see. I mean, anybody can do a highlight film.
Right.
I can do a highlight film. My 11 points. I can do a highlight film. But so now people see that, and it's just a whole new attitude. Plus, with the kids, I guess my biggest thing is they don't even watch basketball like they used to.
They watch the YouTube shorts or the TikTok, whatever that is, the little shorts, the clips.
Right. And so the understanding and the dog in them, the hard work in them, they think it just comes overnight.
Well, I think they see the best of everything, and then they want to get their little highlight moment so they can get it and go viral. But I think on the flip side of that, though, these kids feel like when they do make a mistake or when they miss or something like that, that's not supposed to happen. And that's because all they see is highlights, and all they see is people always making shots or doing something spectacular, and they don't understand that just like them, they miss most of their shots. They don't understand that they in the gym and they're working. It just didn't come overnight. Right. They don't understand the hours and the grind that's put into it to be what they are right now. And so they think that they can go in, they can take a little selfie real quick and show, well, I'm putting in work, and that 5 minutes is going to make them better, and that's just not the reality.
Right. Well, Coach, I think that says a lot, especially to any of the young folks that's out there listening right now, that regardless who you are, whether you're a fifth grader right now or you were Michael Jordan back then, he wasn't born Michael Jordan.
Right.
He made his he got cut as JBT.
Got cut from varsity his sophomore year.
Mm-hmm. So what it was, got cut from the varsity his sophomore year and worked to get back to where he was. Yeah. That's been a situation with a lot of people. So it means something to get out there and work, push, and anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible when you get that. So,
and just a correction, Coach, he was born Michael Jordan. That's what his mama named him.
Yeah, man, you're right. See, that's the thing, man. We in his studio now. I can just reach on that poppy, man. But he was not born.
Move on.
Michael Jordan, the basketball icon that he is today.
Okay, got you.
I hope y'all see what I have to go through on a daily basis now. But to be the basketball player he is today, he didn't just go out there, pick up a basketball and dunk.
Nah, he didn't.
So,
he had to crawl and
he had to put in work
jump
to become the person the player that he became.
And that's the same thing as somebody like a Steph Curry who's changed the game.
Right.
Always underestimated, but just had that willpower. And I think his faith, what was instilled in him and stuff like that, with his faith and his work ethic and everything, and he just stuck with it, and he literally changed the game. You got people 7'6" like Wemby shooting 3-point shots and whatnot, and so.
And I think a lot with Curry was just the fact that I'm not living off my dad's name.
Right.
I'm a whole different person. This is me. I'm doing my thing. Because he had a brother that also was in the pros.
His brother's still in there.
Yeah. So, so I think I'm sure the Sanders boys are going through that right now at Colorado with Deion. I saw something today where everybody's talking about how, they're living off their dad, but, one of them is might be in the running for a Heisman, and one of the top 5 picks at quarterback with Shedeur. The other one will be a high pick as a cornerback. So it's just not living off that name.
Well, sometimes when you're in the fraternity, you get, a little extra privilege, such as Bronny, who probably should have never made to the league. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man.
That's why he's going to the G League.
He's going to the G League right now, but, just listening to people who know a little bit more than me, we're going to leave that at that. Who talk about how he was a McDonald's All-American. He was in the top players coming up, not because of his name. Then he had little heart issues, some things like that, and he dropped off a little bit. But the athletic talent was there coming out of high school and stuff like that. And he was one of the top players in the country at that time.
I think he was elevated because of who his dad was. Look, I don't know the boy, so so I can't say for sure. But I just think he was elevated by that, you know what I mean? And so the ordinary person will see that, and they'll see, the sons of these NFL or NBA, these professional players, and there is a avenue for them to go that a lot of these people can't get, and they're going to get chances and opportunities that people can't get, and so you'll get that perception from a lot, and
well, and that's what I say about Seth. I'm sure that was the same situation for him, but he went out and proved it different.
Yeah,
and I hope Bronny does the same.
Yeah,
and I guess his younger brother is supposed to be better than him.
Yeah, now his younger brother, that'll be legitimate. This was a ploy, so it'll never happen again.
Yeah, just so they can play together.
Father and son can play together.
That's it. Just the way it all went down, and him being drafted by the Lakers and everything. It was a setup.
Oh yeah, because nobody else was going to draft him. So
you got a lot of love for Bronny, don't you, man?
Bronny, I do got love for you. And LeBron, if you hear this, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and like it and thumbs up it, you know what I mean? And then you and I can talk a little bit later.
Yes, indeed. So, well, Coach, it's we're back, man.
Yeah, man.
We back. It's nice to just get back and do some things. One thing I didn't mention is we did have our Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Yep. Your Uncle Larry was one of them that we inducted.
Yep.
You were inducted a while back, and you always said you didn't feel like you deserved to be in there until your uncle got there.
Yeah, I think he should have been in there way before I got in there. I mean, all the stuff that he's done, here, and then once he left here and his coaching career in Nevada and everything else like that. And so it just seemed to me a little bit backwards that I would be put in before him. But sometimes I know people, you know what I mean? And
yeah, you know people.
I know people that know people, and so they say, let's get this guy in here. They just threw me a bone.
Well, now I'm glad that you feel like you deserve to be there, man.
I still didn't say that. I mean, at least look.
Well,
hey, man, look. At least now, when they looking at it, they could be like, "Why was he in there?" To be like, oh, "Okay, he did at least win a state championship or something."
You wasn't in there because of the state championship.
I know. I don't know what I was in there for. That's what I'm saying. So now at least there's something there. There's at least something there.
That's coming later on. You and the team, that's coming later on. So you're in there because you deserve to be in there. I'm the one that's still trying to figure out why I'm in there. So I guess, but I mean.
I know why you in there.
Because I'm on the board.
Because you scored 11 points. In your high school career. That's why you're on there. That's why Janie fell in love with you and everything, man.
Some told me not to even bring this up. I probably did, man. So I see why now. I didn't bring this up. So now you got everybody thinking that they can just score 11 points.
They Hall of Fame material, baby.
Now I really know I don't belong in there.
Oh, man, you foolish.
I got that little plaque in my house now with all the plaques for the Hall. I'm going to snatch my name off the plaque as soon as I get home.
Nah, everything you done for the community and for youth sports in this town, of course, you deserve to be in there. So
I definitely wasn't in there for my athletic ability. But not that I was that bad, but I was just that small.
Good. You was good in baseball and all that, man. Come on now. We can give you some credit.
Thank you, sir. But anyway, man, it's just nice to be back.
It is.
And just talking to everybody out there, if you know somebody that's doing big things out in the community that needs to be on the fifth quarter, now that we're back, let us know. Once again, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, send us a message. You see us around town, pull us aside, let us know about somebody, and we'll definitely try to get them on. And I know from when we were here last time, I learned so much about people that are doing great things in this community. So it was a learning experience for me. It was an opportunity to meet some very interesting and incredible people. And that's what we're trying to do, man, is highlight some of these people that, regardless whether it's skateboarding, rodeo, skiing, we got a chance to meet and highlight some people that otherwise would not have been highlighted.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And, the Flagstaff community is just great for a lot of different things besides the traditional sports and, the running community, like you say, the biking, whether it's rodeo, just everything that we have here in Flagstaff. We definitely want to be able to highlight that and get people in. And so, again, if y'all know people, hit us up. Hit us up. Let us know.
Let us know. And it's nice we still have capabilities of doing a Zoom. So if they're out of town, we can still get them on the show. But we also have the capabilities of bringing them in-house, sit on the couch with Coach there, and just enjoy us, And it's nice being here together and not separated from miles away like we've been. That way he get out of line, I can reach over there and punch him, man. By the way, I was going to let you know, man, I'm about 196 now. I'm weighing about 196 pounds.
Well, here it is. Look, stick your arm out. You too short to box. See? Your arm's too short to box. So you better watch yourself. That's all I can tell you.
I told him when I get to be 200 pounds, I'm knocking him out. I'm at 196, so it's coming, man. So
you'll be sick next week and lose about 15 pounds. So.
Yeah, last time I got this size, man, you started talking about I need to cut my toenails or whatever I could.
That's your best bet.
Hey, man, I don't care if they get low when they hanging out my shoes. I'm going to get to that 200 pounds. But anyway, Coach, just glad to be back, man. It's, nice to be back.
It's
nice to be back. And we appreciate the love that everybody showed us.
Absolutely.
While we weren't on the air, just coming up to us, letting us know how much you appreciated the show, how much you were still watching it, even though we weren't going live anymore. But, hey.
But we had 2 years of episodes up there, man.
We had 2 years of episodes.
Look, they could have binge watched us. People binge watching the fifth quarter, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So now we can go live again. You can. We're back doing the same thing we've been doing. And it's just talking and having fun and highlighting some incredible people. So want to thank everybody for watching us today, and look forward to our next episodes. Check in the fifth quarter, AZ, YouTube, and we'll keep you posted as we move further. So, Coach?
Yeah, well, you know what it is, man. It's about that time.
Yes, yeah.
So, again, thank y'all for joining us. Coach, this is we back, man. We back.
We back.
But look here, folks. Y'all ain't got to go home.
But you got to leave here. Peace.